I was in the military when I met her. I went in for a sip of coffee with a couple of friends of mine to relax on a day off we had. She was serving drinks at the counter, and I looked into her eyes and she looked into mine, and it was an automatic connection. I invited her to the cinema that night. She accepted. She seemed a little hesitant, but she decided she would go along. That night, it was about 7 o'clock. We went to the film, and it was obviously low-budget documentary. It was about the local farming. She brought up the fact that she had a local goat farm she inherited from her family after her parents died. She was all by herself running it, and she sold goat milk and fudge and all of that stuff, all the stuff we like to have. I told her I wanted to come back to her after the war and help her, and I wanted to marry her because she just had such a beautiful personality, and she was just a great person, and she needed help. She needed a man like me. I told her I would come back after the war, and I did. Like I promised I would, to help with her goat farm. I remember her hair when I woke up that morning. It still smelled like the purest hazelnut coffee. All I wanted to do was kiss her, but I knew it would wake her. I remember the golden orange beams were shining across our wine bottle covered room, empty wine bottles across our room. I got up slowly and quietly so I shalt not wake her, for she was so beautiful laying there in the sun. She had a pond about 15 yards away from her house, on one of the many acres in which she farmed her goats, and I went down there to take my weekly bath. I sat in the middle of the pond, watching a couple of frogs swim across the water surface, when I heard a shuffling from behind me. I turned around. I saw the most beautiful sight I have ever seen in my life, and it's something I would never want to get out of my head, or would never be able to. Her beautiful red hair shining in the golden sun, water dew in the grass, and her beautiful, bold, nude body walking down towards me. She got in the water with me, came up to me and kissed me. Afterwards she said, "Let us eat." And we did eat, unlike any time we have eaten before. I remember going to the market afterwards, and she wore this beautiful yellow dress. We went down to the market and bought some freshly laid eggs for our breakfast, and we bought some carrots and potatoes to mix together to eat on the side, and I remember that. I remember that we were walking back to her home and there was a drummer. He was sitting by a brick house, abandoned brick house with a broken window, playing the drum of the most wild, and somehow it connected with her soul. It connected with her soul on a level I could never understand, but she started dancing. She started dancing on the level of the most pure and the most wild and the most free. I could not help myself but watch her, getting the desire to dance with her. I set down the eggs and I set down the carrots and the potatoes and I started dancing with her. And it was beautiful. The sun flaring down on us, people watching us, people joining in. I just wish I could have one more time where I do that with her again. But just one more time.